There are a few things that people have to understand about the oral law. And yes, if you're not convinced, I mean, we have to be honest. If you're not convinced, you're not convinced. But if you are convinced that Deuteronomy chapter 17 is talking about the court that we saw throughout Jewish history, like the Rambam stated, it behooves you that your walk with God should be filtered through this court. Now, this doesn't mean that the rabbis today have any authority or in any way an extension to this court. This court basically disappeared in around the 4th century of the Common Era, and the Rambam also makes it clear that one is only obligated to keep the rulings of the court in their generation, in the generation that you live in. Not that one shouldn't keep it today, but only that one is only just not obligated to. Well, our generation, again, doesn't have a court, so why do we still make an attempt to keep it nowadays? Well, the truth is that there are a handful of laws that, although created by the court, are applicable in all generations. And these are the laws developed to interpret a Torah law. For example, how to keep Shabbat, how to establish months, how to keep certain holidays, etc. This is different from what's known as Gezerot and Takanot, which are essentially nationalistic rulings created for the Jewish nation, or the modern equivalent of civil law. However, although everyone today is not obligated to keep all of rabbinic law or oral laws, they really should for the sake of unity, because it benefits the people to basically keep the same nationalistic practices that were kept in the land, again, for the sake of order and religious progress. And yes, it's quite silly when anyone makes a statement that you can't understand the Torah without the oral law. Right? It's true that it would be quite impossible to keep the whole Torah without some consensus on how at least the ceremonial laws are to be kept as a nation. But that does not mean that the written law is useless without the oral law.